hindi ilalabas. 1 month, personally, I kept on coming back.
Kinulit mo in short?
Yeah, pero I didn't get it. I had to go through court. Then, nung ilabasan ng court yung decision na, sige, dalhin nyo rito. Ang ginawa ko ng court...
Ito yung 2007 to 2009? O mas lampas pa?
Hindi, hanggang doon lang.
Yung 2 years lang?
Oh, hindi pa inilalabas kasi yung sa panahon niya.
Okay.
So, yun po ang point ko. Yung mga dokumento, talagang itinatago. Ngayon, yung DAP. This is worse. Kasi, inalis mo na yung naka-appropriate. Kahit sinong accountant, tanungin mo, simpleng mayroon. Sabi mo, pag binadgetan na yan, hindi mo na pwedeng alis yan, malversation ka na ron. Ngayon, bakit mo ipagtatanggol? Kung daang matuwid, talaga may tatamaan dyan, whether ka kampi or hindi. Kasi daang matuwid.
Hindi, sa simpleng pananalita lang, okay? I'll take a random survey among all three of you. Is corruption going on now under this administration?
Oh, yes, strongly. I tell you right now, because there is a conspiracy among the 3 branches of government. Kaya
aside from PDAF lang, let's talk about the other branches of the bureaus. Is there corruption going on?
Not only in PDAF, pati yung line agency. Don't you know that especially the public works.
Okay.
Ang public works, ang nag-a-appoint ng mga district engineer yan, ang congressman.
Okay.
At yan, bago dumating yung project, nireserva na ng district engineer, patungan niya ng 20% sa program of works.
Okay.
Sa materialis na lang, para kay congressman yun. And then, pag nanalo na ng bidding, bata na naman ni congressman yun.
Okay.
Pag yung bata ng congress, may patong na naman. And you know what? The worst thing is that yung congressman pa ang supplier ng materials.
So,
So corruption is everywhere.
So
hindi lang PDAF, pati yung line
ongoing.
agency.
Corruption going on in this administration.
Siyempre, obviously.
Yes, in fact, we mentioned during one of my guestings here, we exposed the oil smuggling.
Okay.
And it took a windfall. Instead of our government listening to us saying that, okay, well, Petron and Shell already admitted there's 40 billion of smuggled oil and they can no longer compete. Ang nangyari, hinanap yung background ko, laman meron kaming family petroleum hauling, pinasabog sa SLEX yung mga tankers namin. This is how this government operates.
Pakiulit lang, pinasabog yung mga tankers?
Yes. Kitang-kita sa CCTV, there was no paihi, as they call it. There were people tailing the tanker. One went down, attached something to the tank, and it exploded. And all the all the tank lines were still sealed.
Okay.
So how can it be leaking? So that's one. Number 2, we know that the anti-crime czar was also the same person as the anti-smuggling czar.
Okay.
How come he cannot report to the people when we ask why is our crime rate so high? He cannot. Instead, siya pa nagre-release ng nililift yung suspension ng mga opisyal, kagaya nung na-involve sa Timonan Massacre. Was there a resolution to the case? None yet. The Ampatuan Massacre, doon makikita natin, going on 4 years. Nobody has even resolved that issue yet. So that's on the justice system.
Okay.
We talked about justice, the economy, the oil smuggling, crime, and peace and order. So there is corruption, widespread. Tsaka, simple na mag-drive ka na lang, Eric, sa gabi. All of our policemen are in a street corner that is dimly lit where crime can happen. And all our people are innocent, hardworking people that work during the night. They have to go home in dark alleys and dark street corners. Corruption. They cannot even put a lamppost in there.
So, what is happening? I mean, this administration ran under the banner of tuwid na daan, tapos dapat wala ng corruption, para wala ng mahirap. So, ano ito?
Actually,
pelikula?
Yung tuwid na daan ni Presidente, it appears na tagilid na daan na eh.
Okay.
Because what's going, yung direction na...
Baka yung tuwid na daan, hindi pala tamang daan.
Tuwad na daan.
Tagilid na daan.
Okay.
Tagilid na daan. It will go down. Because you know what? Right now, ang daming problema eh.
Kaya ba ng Presidente, tingin mo?
Kayang-kaya. Like yung...
kaya ng kapangyarihan niya.
No, kapangyarihan na.
Kaya.
You know what? Even through legislation, yung FOI, yung pork barrel, yung anti-dynasty, sabihin niya lang yung mga congressman with his 1 trillion budget na PDAF niya, na pork barrel niya, he can tell Congress to approve that.
But question is,
so with the Senate,
should the President, the Executive Department, under our Constitution, with separation of powers, co-equal branches of government. Should the president be in fact even holding
As a matter of
the
fact,
appropriations that is meant for Congress?
that's the secret of the pork barrel. Yun ang patronage eh. You know, if he wants something, okay, bibigyan ko kayo ng ano nyo, ng pork barrel nyo.
Dagdag.
Dagdag, oh. Yeah, like what they did. As a matter of fact, yung sinabi ni Jinggoy, that Corona was convicted because of the...
Corona stimulus fund yun.
That's it. That's my point. So in other words, he used that money to get anything he wants. Like, pwede niyang papasa yung sa Kongreso ng yung FOI, yung pork barrel, kaya pati anti-dynasty. Because if they will not follow him, walang pondong lalabas sa kanila.
Walang lalabas. Premyo.
Walang lalabas na premyo at zero sila. At pagbalik nila next 2016 election, matatalo.
Kaya may mga senador at congressman, pag oposisyon, wala silang pidaf.
Lipat kagad.
Wala silang pidaf.
O pag nanalo, lipat na sa partido.
Kaya pag nanalo, lipat niya. Yeah, right.
Kasi kontrolado ng presidente.
Yes, the
That's what he
president.
wants.
The
Ano
president.
nangyayari ba ito? Tatanungin kita, Greco, no? Dahil na sindikato na ang ilang miyembro ng legislatura sa Senado o sa Kongreso, ang gagawin nila bigyan natin ng malaking pondo si presidente, discretionary, ibig sabihin, mando niya, para sa laki ng pondo niya, pwede niyang ibigay sa atin yung iba, pampremyo sa atin. So nagkaroon na ba ng sindikato sa samahang yan?
At least the
Ganun.
arrangement now.
Yun na po ang itsura
the
ng
ninth
budget
Congress.
natin
Ganyan na.
Sa congressman and senator, 70 million and 200 million. Basta yung 1 trillion ko, huwag niyong gagilawin.
Okay.
So parte-parte yan na. Kaya yan po yung sabi natin na pinatay na yung element ng check and balance. Kasi hindi na mag-check-checkan kasi everybody has their own fair share. Ang presidente ng Pilipinas ang pinakamakapangyarihang presidente sa buong mundo.
Okay.
Because tayo lang po ang presidente under the Constitution na merong line item veto power.
Okay.
Di ba,
Yeah,
ang appropriation sa Congress. Pero pag pumasok sa presidente yan, pwedeng i-veto yung line item.
Correct.
Hindi nagagawa yan. Kaya si Obama sa Amerika po nag-shutdown ng gobyerno.
Yes.
Pero sa Pilipinas, hindi mangyayari yun because of the line item veto power of the president. Very powerful because of money. Now, that's the reason the president is willing to let go of the PDAF but not the DAP.
Okay.
Dahil they will take from the DAP what they will lose in PDAF.
Okay.
And if the Congress will not, if congressmen in Congress will not get back what they lost, what's the
Ano
purpose
makukuha
of,
nila?
yeah, what's the purpose of him being president?
Pero tama ba talaga na ang isang tao, kahit presidente pa siya, ay bibigyan mo ng ganong karaming pera
Hindi.
na nasa kanyang discretion lang kung paano niya gagastusin,
Tama po.
na hindi pwedeng gamitan ng check and balance at titignan ng mga kinatawan ng mga hinalal ng distrito o ng kabuuang bansa na titignan, oy, presidente, paano mo ginagastos yung pera ng bayan? Kasi yan ang papel ng bawat sangay ng ating gobyerno Tama bang sabihin niya, hindi naman ako magnanakaw
Mali po yun. Kaya laging kinakampanya namin nun. Ang pera dapat hawak ng tao, hindi ng gobyerno. Tayo nagtatrabaho, tayong kumikita, pero kalahati, mahigit sa kinikita natin, kinukuha nila. Ginagawang pork barrel. That's why excessive. Dito lang po, meron ka ng 32% sa income. May 12 ka ng IVAT. Tinaas pa nila ngayon ng SSS contribution, di 55% na.
Kasi babagsak daw ang SSS pag hindi tinaasan.
Crazy.
2015, mga ganun ang tingin nila.
And yet, half of the budget is in pork barrel. More than half is pork. Pag tinignan nyo po, yung pork barrel, mga hindi naka-line item budget, it's 1.3 million sa 2.3 million na pork. So, ibig sabihin, there's so much money in the hands of government and politicians.
Dick, no? We're going to pause for a break. Dick, I'll leave you with this question. Why do you think the president is resistant? I will not use the word hard-headed, no? Although some of his people will use that word. But why is he resistant to a more transparent system? Where everything is itemized. Kahit yung kaisa-isang pako, basta ginastusan ng pera ng bayan, nakasulat, naka-itemize sa budget ng GAA. Bakit ayaw niya yun? Bakit gusto niya yung, ito isang bayong ng pera, ikaw ang bahala kung paano mo gagastusin. Kahit sabihin na natin, basta nakalaan lang ito sa eskwelahan, sa mga ganon, pero ikaw pa rin na magde-decide kung paano gagastusin. Sa pagbabalik po ng Republika.
Simple. Nanakawin